Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. Our producer says there's a little bit of buzzing going on. So what I'm going to do after the show is switch the mixer from the one I have been using to the one I use on the road. And then I will just plan to get a new one in studio. All right. Great quarterbacks is the subject of this segment here. What?
No, I just had something in my ear, dude.
Okay.
Great QBs. Man, you have any idea how long that list is going to be?
Oh, I know. Victor Locke is with us from Chicago. Says, good morning, Kings. How are y'all doing? We're doing great. We're doing great.
No, Vic, you're not getting kicked around already. We did that before you showed up.
No, we did our kicking and we got tired.
Yeah.
We got tired.
I about broke my foot in the horse, so we're good here.
Shut up. You should just shut up.
Well, we're only
Listen,
we're only 10 minutes into the show, and I already get that.
Toe at my horse, okay?
I decided to send a horse head over to Vinny, so we're good.
Vinny ain't gonna like that. The hell is this? What the hell is this? Dog father, I'm gonna get you for this, you bastard.
I didn't do nothing. Blame the big dog for this.
What the hell have we created here? If y'all were with us last Thursday, you know where those voices came from. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
And trust me, we got more coming with them.
Yeah, we do. Great quarterbacks. Where the hell do we start?
Oh, let's see. We already listed off a handful of them.
I've been watching NFL since 1980. Okay.
Yep.
And that is when I was introduced to the King, Joe Montana, against the Saints. How far are we going with this list of GOAT quarterbacks? You can go as far back as Johnny U. Absolutely. I'm just going back as far as when I started watching. Because if I try to go back anywhere in the past, I'm not going to have as
we ain't going to have enough time.
No, we're not.
We just ain't going to have enough time.
We're just not going to have enough time.
I mean, just the fact of the quarterbacks when I was watching.
Look, the fact that we're trying to contain this to 20 minutes should tell you something. Okay?
I'll just give you 5 off the top of my head that I remember watching. Obviously, we got to start here in New England with Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia, Donovan F. McNabb.
Donovan McNabb. Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, Vince Young. Yeah, Aaron McNair and then Vince Young.
Mm-hmm.
Cunningham in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You have obviously Warren Moon's in the mix as well. Marino down in Miami.
Oh my God, Warren Moon. How can we forget Warren Moon and what he did? Especially with Houston.
Yes.
You know, that K-gun, that run and shoot offense.
You also can't go wrong with prime Favre.
Mm-mm. Favre kept pissing me off, but I loved it every time. Because Favre, didn't it seem like Favre would pull a play out of his ass?
Yeah, exactly. He was one of the first true magicians of the game.
Mm-hmm. Mention 1 and 1A, Brady and Montana. Okay. The first game I saw with Montana, as I said, was 1980 against the Saints, when the Niners were down 35-7, and the next thing you know, it's 35-all.
Mm-hmm.
And he led them to the overtime win, 38-35. That's when the legend of Montana was born.
Of course.
Came 1981.
Yeah.
And that season.
Of course, you can't forget, Boomer Esiason.
No.
Out in Cincinnati.
Can't forget Boomer. Can't forget Boomer.
Jim Kelly with the Giants.
Oh, Machine Gun Kelly. He and you know what? Kelly's offense with the Bills was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
I
Jim
mean,
Kelly was just evil at times.
you know, when and Jim Kelly didn't want to play in the NFL.
No.
He wanted to play his career in the USFL, but then it folded.
Yeah.
It folded. And then he signs with the Buffalo Bills, and the rest is history.
Exactly.
The rest is history.
Of course, we can't forget, some of those kids nowadays will remember guys like Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Eli and Peyton Manning.
Oh, do not get me started on the rivalry, New England and Indy. That is what defined so much of the mid to late 2000s.
Sounds like what I went through with Steve Young and Troy Aikman.
Yep.
Because sometimes I will say, F you, Troy Aikman, while I'm standing and applauding him.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who we forgot? Thank you, Victor. John Elway.
98, 99 world champ.
Forgot John Elway.
Because he's so underrated.
The battles that he had with the Bills.
Yes, but the thing about it is Elway is that underrated in a way.
He is. He was
that good. I mean, come on, let's not forget he had one of the best runners in the game.
Terrell Davis.
Exactly. Old TD himself.
And he had Shannon Sharp at his disposal.
Oh, yeah.
He had Shannon Sharp at his disposal.
And the thing about it is those Denver teams were underrated going into every single season.
Yep.
And 98, 99, Elway shut everybody up.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I watched Super Bowl 32. Okay. I never picked it because I had like a ton of people. I had a ton of people, call me and say, all right, who you picking? I'm like, what? Like, who you picking? Are you going for the Packers or are you going for the Broncos? You know I love underdogs.
Oh, yeah.
And Denver was a 7-point underdog. I never picked that game for my friends. I did pick it for a sports book. And won $500.
Nice.
Because I called correctly the winner of that game, which was Denver, and the MVP, which was Elway.
Yeah.
No, take that back. I didn't say Elway. It was Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis was the MVP in Super Bowl 32. Elway got his MVP in 33.
Yeah, because of those drives. Yeah, because of the drives he had late in that game.
Drew Brees. Oh, my God. I love Drew Brees.
Phillip Rivers.
Michael Vick.
Oh, Vick, when he was in Atlanta, he was a cheat code.
He was. But you know something? Let's go old school. Steve Young was a walking cheat code.
Yes.
I remember one game in 93 against the Atlanta Falcons. They were late in the third quarter, and Steve Young was driving the 49ers toward the lead. He drops back to pass. Now, check this out. I have this clip somewhere. I have to find it. He drops back to pass. Everybody in Atlanta is chasing him. He was stutter stepping, and he's mixing it up, spin moves, and finally he throws it. And the ball got tipped, and Steve Young comes racing in and caught the ball.
That's just Steve Young in a shell, dude.
You can't make that up.
Steve Young could make plays out of nowhere. And that's the thing is, so many of these great quarterbacks were so different in their styles.
Yes.
I mean, Tom Brady stood in the pocket and could deliver bombs all day.
Man, look. As much as I hated Tom Brady as an opponent, I adore Tom Brady as the quarterback. Y'all got to understand, my hatred to Tom Brady is what he did against teams I was rooting for, okay? And how he was taking over the league. Does he belong in the GOAT? I will say this truthfully from my heart. All right, with all the numbers that are out there, does he belong in the GOAT conversation? You damn right he does.
Now,
If I truthfully don't put him in the GOAT conversation, then I'm doing a disservice to my fans.
Yes.
I'm doing a disservice to our fans of the show.
I'm not even remotely being a homer about it. I mean, I grew up with watching Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, I went through the Bledsoe years.
Yes.
With New England.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came in through Brady.
Right.
It was a night and day difference with how Brady was playing.
Mm-hmm. Just like with me, DeBerg preceded Montana.
Mm-hmm.
And then Montana took over, and you know the rest.
Exactly. And the thing about it is Montana not only could step up in the pocket, he could also still move in a way.
He can run. He could run.
And Montana, Steve Young perfected that style.
Mm-hmm. When Montana, oh my Lord, when Montana would put up numbers, everybody would look and go, what? Because, and they don't want to put Montana in the GOAT conversation. I'll tell you exactly why. Because of the weapons that Bill Walsh, Carmen Policy, surrounded him with.
Jerry Rice being one of them.
Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Roger frickin' Craig, Tom Rathman, later on with Steve Young, Ricky Waters, right?
And
surrounded him with Brent Jones. He had Brent Jones. Matter of fact, Montana had 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
John Frank and Brent Jones.
Look at the weapons that Brady had at his disposal through his career. Biggest name obviously is Gronk, but in 2006, let's not forget that record year that Brady had, the majority of his TDs went to Moss.
Went to Randy Moss. And I was working again. I got a funny story. I was working a game at Proviso West back home in Chicago. I was working a game at Proviso West, and I, hand to God, as I was in a sequence with Whitney Young coming back from a deficit, I saw Brady throw his 50th touchdown pass of the year, and I saw him throw it to Moss.
That deep bomb that Brady threw. I know what you're talking about, too.
Yes, because they missed one earlier. They missed one. The play before, it was supposed to go to Moss, but Moss couldn't catch up with it. So what does Brady do? What all great quarterbacks do?
Dials it up again.
Dial it up again, and this time it went for a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, everyone figured it'd be because it was coming in off the half.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone figured, okay, well, you know what? That's their one deep shot. Brady's just going to start dinking and dunking again.
Wrong.
Dials the same play up. This time hits Moss in transition. Hits Moss in transition on that deep slant.
Yep.
Goes for 7.
The difference, that deep slant the first time where they misconnected was over the middle. The second one, the deep slant, ran to the border.
Yeah.
Ran to the sidelines, and Brady hit him perfectly. He hit him perfectly.
Vic brings up another name, Dante Culpepper.
Mm-hmm. Spent many great years with the Minnesota Vikings. Many great years with Minnesota
Vikings. And again, Dante had a different way of doing things. He could move out of the pocket and throw on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Favre was
out of Central Florida.
Yeah, Brett Favre was your prototypical gunslinger. He was literally Bon Jovi on the field because he was living on a prayer half the time.
And most of them got answered.
Exactly. Look at the well-known Monday night game against Oakland.
No, I got a better one for you.
Okay.
The Monday night game against Minnesota in 2000.
Yes.
I was living in Minnesota at the time. I was living in Minneapolis. I was living in Bloomington, Minnesota. I beg your pardon, not Minneapolis. And that pass that Brett Favre threw to Antonio frickin' Freeman.
He did what?
How and my friend Troy and I were looking at that game because it went overtime. I got home from work and we're both looking at that game saying, okay, Minnesota's going to get the ball back because it's 3rd down and long. And then that happened.
Brett Favre's like, y'all ain't getting nothing back.
And then that happened. And on Al Michaels, I love you for the call that you put to that game.
Thought it was an incompletion. He actually caught that. He did what?
Like, he did what? We're both, Troy and I are both looking at each other going, that did not happen. Ain't no way that happened. Went to sleep, woke up the next day, went to work because I worked at Camp Snoopy in the Mall of America. Everybody was talking about that play. Viking fans, Packer fans.
And that's the thing.
Everybody.
The best quarterbacks give us the water cooler moments.
And that was one of them.
Yeah. I mean, even in high school, we were talking about that game. Because a lot of my teachers
I remember was the call of, he did what?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, folks, I got a present for you. Since we're talking about that particular game, we go back to 2000 at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The video and audio are courtesy of ABC and ESPN. It's Monday Night Football. We're tied at 20 in overtime, and then this happens.
Favre lays it up for Freeman, and it's incomplete. Or did he make the catch at the 15? Yes. What are they going to rule it? He caught it? Touchdown. He did what?
Ref was right on it.
And the thing is, that was off his back foot.
Yep. That was off his back foot. Here it is again.
Yeah.
Take a look. Plus, I'm using YouTube, and I'm giving all the credit to all their owners.
Lays it up for Freeman, and it's incomplete.
Okay, first off, Freeman was brilliant keeping that ball off the ground.
Oh, man.
He did what?
He did what?
That was just unbelievable.
Well, the Packers are going wild. The crowd's going wild. I mentioned there's nothing to challenge, but they'll have to look at it.
Look at the official.
The ref was like, damn it, he did that.
The ref's looking like, what the hell just happened?
It hit the back of
and he had to go through the protocol. Watch this.
Are you left arm bring the ball up in the air? And he
6 inches off the grass.
What unbelievable.
That ball did not hit the ground.
The ball is on his body, and it's got himself a touchdown.
Once again, we are reviewing the play on the field.
Ball went through Dishman's hands. He never hit the ground. They're trying to bring the teams back onto the field if they overturn it, but I haven't seen anything to overturn it yet.
Can't overturn that.
No,
there's nothing to overturn.
Nope.
Antac hasn't even gotten over to the
and then there's no contact.
Dishman didn't even tidy up afterwards. He just assumed that it hit the ground.
The ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Pretty good call by the guys on the field.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have.
You couldn't film that? What did Al Michael later said? You couldn't film that scene in a movie
No,
and make it look that good.
no, you couldn't. And the thing is, it was a soaked day in Green Bay.
It was raining and it snowed in Minnesota.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I said, I was living there. I was living in Minnesota at the time. And you know the border war.
Yep.
You know the border. You're familiar with the border war.